Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Tatiana. I'm a business coach and a mentor for women wanting to start their own businesses. I'm very excited you are here. On top of business, we're also always talking about real life over here, and I love to just encourage you and just share what's on my heart. And so I'm actually sitting here right now in the process of doing a little declutter, throwing away some things and just kind of organizing because we are going to be relocating in just a couple of weeks. So uprooting our family, and it's a lot of moving parts, lots of steps. It's a very busy season for my life right now, and I just really want to document this time. But I was just sitting here and I was thinking it would be so nice to just kind of talk while I do this about just what's on my mind and just kind of thinking about this transition. And so I thought I would just kind of share this. So I don't know what this is going to be. It's going to be a little story time, a little bit of encouragement. This is a day when my daughter, she's actually at her preschool right now. So this is a perfect time for me to do this. I don't have to worry about being questioned about what I'm doing. Like, why are you throwing this away? Why is this going here? Like, we don't have time for that. So this is a great time to get this done. And I thought I would get on here and chat with you all. So whenever this happens to go up, because I have no idea, definitely comment down below and let me know just a little bit about you. I always love to just share about myself. So my daughter Emery, she will be 5 this summer, which is absolutely insane. And me and my husband, we have been together since 2014, which is even more crazy, but we're coming up on 7 years of marriage this fall. So just lots of amazing things happening in my life, and I'm just so grateful for this. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at, is just I'm in a reflective state right now. I'm feeling very much just grateful for what God has done in my life. And so I just wanted to talk about it because I think sometimes we can just be so caught up in the things that we want for ourselves, and then you look up and you realize all of what God has already done for you, and sometimes we lose sight of it just because we want more, right? I mean, it's human nature to want more, and so that's just kind of what's been on my mind. I'm in a very reflective state right now with us getting ready to be moving. We're moving to South Carolina. We're currently in New Mexico, so it's about to be a huge change. Not super huge of a change. Me and my husband used to live in North Carolina, so we have lived in the South before. He grew up living in North Carolina as well. So it's just going to be exciting to just get back on that side of the country near family. And yeah, you know, definitely the humidity, we a little, you know, kind of mixed feelings about the humidity, but overall excitement. But I think what is interesting is that when this first was kind of unfolding and you know, we were waiting on the details of like dates of stuff and when we were going to do different things and just kind of waiting to hear from the relocation company and just all of the moving parts. If you've ever done like a big move across country, especially for work, then you already know that there's a lot of waiting involved. There's a lot of stuff being in other people's court, like the ball being in someone else's court, and you just trying to wait to hear back and finalize details. And so that's what it's been for the last weeks. It's been pretty frustrating. You know, to be honest, it's been very frustrating, and we're kind of starting to get to a point now where things are starting to fall into place. We have a new house that we're going to be moving into, thank God. I just talked to the woman from the relocation company just not even an hour ago while I was doing some work, and so we finalized some details. I'm supposed to be hearing from the moving company soon that's going to be doing our move. Thank God for a full pack, because that would be even another thing if we had to do like actually packing up. But I still want to declutter, and so that's what I've been trying to do during this waiting time. So anyways, I say all this to say, so like I was saying, in the beginning when this all first started, I was like really excited. And then I started to settle into my feelings a little bit. And I really started to feel like, hold on, I found some puzzle pieces. I started to feel like not ungrateful, because I'm extremely grateful. This is something we've been praying for, to be able to move back closer to family. We moved to New Mexico in 2017, and we've been here ever since. We ended up buying a home out here, but we've only been in this home. It'll be 2 years in May, so it's still fairly new. And so I really had gotten used to like the fact of like, oh, we bought this house, like God provided this house for us. I'm excited in this chapter, but then I'm like mixed, like, oh, but I want to move and I want to get back closer to my family and, you know, be able to spend holidays and for them to see Emery more. It's just a lot harder when we're over on this side because you can't always get a straight flight over here. It's just really expensive. There's really no option. If you wanted to drive, that's not even an option. And so just moving closer to South Carolina, it's going to open up the opportunity for us to actually spend holidays with family. We can drive if we want to. We can get straight flights if we want to, depending on where we're going. And so I'm just like, why was I not as happy? And so I wrestled with that for a few weeks because I'm like, I should be happier, you know. But with just everything going on, I just kind of felt this almost like depression. And so I was talking to a friend about it, and she basically was explaining it to me as like, you know, at the end of the day, this is in some ways a grief. And I'm like, that sounds so dramatic, you know, but it's so true. It's like, you know, even though I've felt for a while that I was ready for this chapter to wrap up, this chapter of life, it still doesn't take away all of the amazing things that have happened. I already feel like feel myself getting ready to tear up, so I apologize if I cry in this. I hope not. But I already just feel so many things happened since we've been here. And it's just like constant answered prayers, so many blessings, so many things. When we look up, it's like, I can't believe that happened. Like us being able to build this house and move into it. I've shared the story about that. I'll be sure to link it of us getting in here. It was not like we were the picture of perfect credit or anything close to it. And so for us to get into this house, it was really a big deal. And I'm just so grateful for that. You know, like I'm still sitting in that, what God did in that aspect. And so it's like now, and I apologize, I'm sitting next to the air thing, so hopefully it doesn't mess up the sound too much. But now that we're getting ready to move, it's like I'm still kind of stuck in that. I'm like, well, God did that. And I felt myself almost like, in a way, limiting the things that can happen with us moving and almost feeling like ungrateful for this new answered prayer of like this job opportunity opening up for my husband, us being able to move and all of these things. And so I guess what I'm just saying is that I wanted to just let you know, like if you are in a transitional period and maybe this was something that you wanted, but now that it's actually here, now that you're fully in it, you're kind of in that middle part, which the middle part sometimes can be very frustrating a lot of times. Like I was saying, like having to wait on people to confirm things and call me and set up things for us to move, you know, it's frustrating on top of just all of the details. We're having to sell our home and having to get it ready. Yes, all of these things I should be happy for, but I was like crying when our house went up on the market. I was feeling just really down when we got back. We went away for the first weekend it was on the market. There was like a open house and I was down about it. And I'm just like, what is going on with me? And so I'm just here to tell you that you are right in your feelings if you are going through a transition where you know that this is something that will have a lot of benefits. Of course, anytime we do something that's unknown, we don't know what's on the other side. I don't know, you know, if we're going to absolutely love where we're going. All we can do is just pray for it. Hope we have amazing neighbors like we do here, because we have literally the best neighbors, y'all, seriously. And just pray that God will provide and put the right people in our path as we're transitioning out of here. But it's just so many emotions that come with that. And so I just felt so guilty because I'm like, the only emotion I should be feeling is joy. You know, I should only be excited. Like there's no reason to be feeling any other way. Also, I love just buying a whole bunch of packs of these from the dollar store, y'all. Moving, at this point, I feel like I got to become a pro. We've moved so many times already. When we moved here, and then when we moved to this house just a couple years ago, now we're moving again, like, and then we'll be moving again in a couple years when we are ready to buy again. So it's just like moving, love it. But anyway, the reality is I can feel any way that I need to feel during this time. And that was what my friend was basically saying, is like, there's no right way to feel in these situations. It's like you can't beat yourself up for not being 100% happy about something that you've been wanting, you know, and then it's kind of in your face and you're like, ooh, but this is actually stressful, or ooh, this comes with a lot of decisions. And I think the difference this time of us doing a cross-country move this time is now, you know, we have our daughter, so it's like the decisions and things were weighing even more heavily on me, of like trying to pick the best area, and you know, just trying to just make sure that this is a smooth transition for her. And I know things are not going to be perfect, but it's like, you know, you just want to be a good parent. You know, you just want to do the right things. And we've been preparing her for several weeks that we're going to be moving. So it's not like she's going to be blindsided or anything, but it's a lot, you guys. So I just wanted to share that. It was on my heart. Is just like, if you are feeling at all, if you are in a transitional period of life, it doesn't have to be moving, it could be anything, you know, where you might be feeling some guilt around how you actually are feeling now that you are sitting in it, that you are entitled to feel however you want. There's no need to feel guilty about it. There's no need to, you know, wonder like, what's wrong with me? It's just, it's human nature. And although the blessing, although the prayer has been answered, there's still this feeling within me of just like, there's still a lot of unknown, you know. And so now there's even more prayers of just like, okay, well, now that this happened, you know, let's hope these things fall into place. Let's hope this happens, you know, let's hope my husband loves the job he's at. Like, so many different things. And it's just going to be so life-changing for us too, because for those that don't know, I'm sure I've shared it in like past videos and stuff, but where my husband currently works is almost a 2-hour drive both ways every day when he goes, just because of a little bit of a traffic, but also just because the distance, it's farther away. We did that just because of the area. There was way more out here in the area, and then there were just some other factors that went into us thinking like it was going to be a good choice. But as the years have gone on, the drive has worn him down, you know. I think like anybody, after a while, it's like, I don't care how much you like to drive, that becomes a lot. And then on the side of, you know, like me and Emery, it's like we really hello.
Hello? I'm calling about your... I'm going to say it's going to take 3 days to do. So...
Oh, them packing everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have it 3 days blocked off. If the survey comes back and it's us, then, you know, we'll shorten it as needed.
Right.
Let me ship this over. As soon as I get confirmation, I'll give you a call back to let you know that we're good, and we'll go from there, all right?
Okay. Thank you so much. Y'all, I'm always so awkward on calls. Okay, he was really nice. Basically, wait, what's my grandmother saying? Oh, this is my grandmother. She's so excited, you guys. That's one of the benefits. Like, she's going to be so much closer to us. So when we actually get there, she's packing her car up, and her and my grandfather are coming down to bring us some stuff while we're kind of waiting on our things to ship to us, because it'll be anywhere from, I think the guy said 4 to 12 days, did he say? For it to arrive to us. So about 2 weeks, which is what I was thinking in my head. So if they're coming, so we'll probably be without our stuff for a week. If it's a delayed, possibly a little bit longer. So it'll be a lifesaver that she's bringing stuff to us to help with that. So that was basically what was on my mind. It wasn't anything super deep, but it was just me letting you know that if you are in a period of just unknown, or feeling like, okay, this is what I wanted, but I'm not feeling the way I thought I would be feeling in the midst of it. Like, you are entitled to feel however you need to feel to get through the time. I know for me, like, what comes with this is so many just details that need to be finalized. And so it definitely just helps to remind myself that it's okay to feel overwhelmed right now. You know, it's okay to feel stressed out. And on this channel, I talk all the time about like being organized and having a plan and like keeping your business up. But the reality is, like, I'm over here just as overwhelmed as the next person, just trying to figure it out. And when I'm in these busy seasons, I tend to sometimes lean into things that I can control. My business just happens to be one of those things for me that I'm like, okay, that's something I know I can control. So I really lean into it. And I love what I do. And so that's why I always feel like my business is always together. But then sometimes other areas I'd be like, okay, girl, you know, like, what are we doing? Let's figure this out. So anyway, I am extremely excited for this move, especially just getting off the phone with this guy. Like, things are falling into place. And I'm just so grateful for this answered prayer. But it's also coupled with just a lot of mixed emotions and feelings of like, okay, hopefully we love everything, right? And I think that that's only human, and I'm not beating myself up about it anymore, and you shouldn't either. So whatever it may be for you, like I said, it doesn't have to be a move, but whatever you may be feeling, just like in a transition about, you're pivoting to something new. I remember last year when I closed down my stationery business, I went through a period of, again, kind of like a grieving process. You know, it's like my stationery business was my baby since 2016, and then I closed it last summer, so in summer of 2022. And that was a huge thing to say goodbye to. You know, it was a lot of identity shifts in that as well. And so there's always these seasons of our lives where we feel like, okay, you know, like I have to say goodbye to this thing. You know, this is what I thought would always be my story, or this is who I always thought I would be, or this is who I thought I would always be with, or this is where I always thought I would be. Like, well, you know, all of these things of what we think, and then life takes us in a different direction, and there it comes with a lot of emotion. And I think that all of your emotions are more than valid. So that was pretty much all that I wanted to share in this quick little talk. But I would love, like I said, to just comment down below. What are your thoughts on this topic, conversation? Leave some encouragement for anyone else that might be in the comments as well. We can all use just consistent uplifting as we just navigate through these seasons of life. Like I always say, we don't have a manual for any of this. Every day we wake up, it is our first day living the day. It's our first day doing the first time doing everything that we're doing. And so we're not always going to do it right. We're not always going to have the answers and know exactly what is the right steps to take. But as long as we are doing the best we can, that is all that matters. At the end of the day, that is all that matters. So keep doing the best you can, and the rest will work itself out. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.